Future me, digital me, exceptionally yellow pea. Uh, I don't think I talked about this theory that I have, but if I did before, I'm going to say it again because, like everything, what's said once needs to be said again, otherwise, fuck you. I don't think I don't think Stephen Colbert will be canceled, especially now that the ratings for his show are going up because of all the bullcrap. Um, so I think that that whole thing with, you know, we're canceling the show and then we're making the deal, and like the canceling of the show had nothing to do with the merger and the timing and blah blah blah, that whole hoopla shit. I don't know. It just it to me it smells almost like another like episode in the reality TV fanfare fighting meh thing of Donald Trump. I thought I saw a book. Um, slash um, media billionaire, blah blah. But like I said, especially because I mean, I looked at Skydance Media. Skydance Media is not really that big of. I mean, the biggest thing they got in their portfolio is Pluto, and they just absorbed Paramount and CBS and blah blah whatever. So the biggest thing they got is Pluto, which is free streaming with ads and that sort of thing. So it's like, meh. Um, so what they need to do is they need some kind of gimmick situation. And I think that's going to be their thing. Um, and be like, yeah, well, we can't fire him now, blah blah blah. They need to wait another year, hopefully build up more of their platform, build up their valuation a little bit more, and then also in that time wait for somebody else's valuation to drop a little bit so that they can uh, position themselves towards another merger with a smaller company. I don't know who that would be because I'm not too well aware. I'm not well versed in the media empire in that sphere. Let's see, there's Netflix, Amazon, Showtime Max, Disney. what did I say? Netflix, Amazon, Showtime Max, Hulu, and Disney. Those are the five that and then of course what we just had there, the Pluto, Paramount streaming garbage. And then they got like Fandango and Voodoo. Maybe they can merge with those. I don't know what the status of Fandango and Voodoo is. If they do, and they don't, if they merge with those and they fuck up my Fandango and Voodoo somehow, I'm gonna be mega turbo pissed. Because I got shit on them. But merging with Fandango and Voodoo, I say Fandango and Voodoo because I don't know what the fuck to call it. That might be the next way to go. You know, in another year or something like that, waiting for both of them to kind of like compete and see which one kind of outcompetes each other. Because I think they're kind of working on the same what do you call it? The same not platform but market strategy, whatever. You know, it's free, but it's ads, kind of bullcrap. But Voodoo has another kind of to it. Voodoo has all the shit, and you can buy it in series. So that would be the edge. That would be the benefit to merging with Fandango Voodoo. Then, you know, it's like wait till the midterms are over. Then Democrats take over the House and Senate, and you wait for that to happen. Hopefully, yeah, you don't fucking need fucking Trump anymore. His balls are clipped, basically. And it's like, yeah, you need SEC approval or whatever the fuck it is, but you know, Democrats get a good enough majority in the House and Senate that they're going to get rid of Trump. I mean, either they're going to get rid of Trump or, I mean, I don't see any reason they wouldn't get rid of Trump. It's gone too far now that they're going to vote him out and remove him from office. And if he doesn't leave office, I mean, then there you go. Then we have a sitting president that is an outright fucking, I mean, and it's like, all right, National Guardsmen have to fucking remove him, have to grab him and take him out. If he's like, you know, if like the actual military is refusing to do it, it's like, all right, fucking National Guardsmen, now you got to do it. You know. And it's like, what is one section of the military going to fire on the other? Because like Trump is, I mean, it's the stories are in there about Trump like diddling with the military, with the branches of the military, reorganizing it and getting rid of some. are whispers and open statements that, people in the military don't like him. And everybody knows that guy's a draft dodger. And I cannot believe that even a general, that anyone in the military, especially anyone who's been in combat, could be like, it could just, most people, let me just say most people who have been in combat could be like, yeah, I will swear fealty to that guy. It's just, most people would be like, well, all right, for now. But push come to, be like, all right, you've been legally sanctioned and legally removed from office. Like, really? Like, did no one in the upper, out of all the fucking guys, like, everybody's just gonna be like, no, we're not removing him? I find that hard to believe. Nobody's gonna be like, all right, fuck all you 20, 40, 60 guys. I'm gonna do it because fuck you. How many generals do we have? We gotta have a lot of fucking generals. I mean, I don't know. I could just look it up. How many generals and admirals and shit of varying star levels. The AI overview says 231, but that's not in the, that's not in the, like, I don't know what you would call it, in the Pentagon, in the civilian Washington kind of thing. Right. The 4-star. Kind of stuff. But, anywho. And like I said, he's a draft dodger. That's got to be, that he's a draft dodger that's a president that's actually said things disparaging of the military. And I have my own contentions with the military, but it's not so much the military, it's the way the military is used by the civilian political system and the corporate political system. That is my main gripe. I'm sure there's some people in the military that I do have a bone to pick with, but I don't know them individually. It's just a segment of the people in the military that are, there's an episode of Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, where not Kyle Reese, Derek Reese. He's in, he's going undercover or whatever. And it's a military school. And the principal of the school, they have a different name for it there. He kind of snags him up to be a sub, even though he wasn't supposed to stay there with John. But he snags him up. He's like, I'll take John on one condition. You have to sub. I'm down a teacher, so I want you to sub in. Or he's like, I'm not a teacher. Like, too bad. You've been in and out of hell. I think you can handle some kids for a week or two. And he's like, shit. Fine. And this guy fought in the future against machines. So he's like, whatever. And so in the episode, there's a scene where he's like teaching class, and one of the kids in class is like, "You seen combat, sir?" He's like, I want to go Special Forces, Army Rangers. And then he says, something about you seen combat? Got any kills, sir? I want to go Special Forces, Army Rangers, or something like that. And then Reese stands up. And he's like, counting kills. Like it's a game. Like it's just a game, right? And then he just kind of loses it on the guy, on the kid, on like the sophomore, junior, or something like that. The kid's like 16 or some shit. He just kind of loses it a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of where it was going. It was like those kind of people, the people that like are like, ooh, I just want to like go in there and just be a hero. And the ones that come back and are like, I just went in there and I was a fucking hero. And I killed some darkies. And it's like, yeah, you know, whether they were brown or not, but you know, whatever. But they come back and they like feel no remorse about the people they killed or anything like that. It's just like, yeah, you know, I did my job. I served my country. I'm a fucking hero. I don't know how many of those people there are, but you know, statistically, there's got to be some. I mean, there's been enough people that served, and it's been going on for long enough. There's got to be some. It's probably not few. It's probably not a lot, but there's probably some out there. And there were probably a lot that were thinking like, yeah, this is gonna be, you know, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna help the country, help the world. I'm gonna, like that kid, get me some. I'm gonna score me some fish, you know. And like then they end up coming back, and it's like that cliche story of I turn around and shoot, and it was a fucking kid, or something like that. Or before I could before I could this, there was a fucking grenade that went off, or an RPG or whatever. It was just like, because I mean, I any number of stories. It's like if you end up in a combat situation, it's a fucking combat situation. You can't plan for a combat situation. It is by definition chaos. And then you come home and now your VA is closed down. Because, you did your job. So, fuck off. You did your job a little too good. You were supposed to die. Mission failed. You lived. They didn't tell you that was part of the fucking great game of being in the army. You're supposed to fucking die. It costs more to take care of a veteran than to just bury you. So, talking about veterans, where the fuck did I start with this? This is always the difficult part. When I go on kind of tangents, I don't exactly remember where I started. Because there's a lot of not scripting here when I'm doing this shit. Oh, I think this is the Colbert thing. Yeah. Or Stephen Colbert, the guy that used to do the Colbert Report. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know how I got to the veterans thing, but I got there. And yeah, I think it was pretty fluidly. I don't know. Maybe I just kind of whatever there. But I still think taxing rich people is a fantastic thing to do, like always. I'm gonna agree on everyone who says tax the rich. That's a good way to go. I think that is the foundational first problem of society, and that's why I kind of, if I say, I don't really give a shit about the Gaza issue, it is because I think the rich people problem, I think the rich people problem basically, and I know this is another tangent, so I'm aware of that, by the way. I think the rich people problem is you get rid of that problem and everything else kind of just goes away. It's like if you look at someone doing laying down a huge domino thing, it all goes back to that first domino, and they push that one, and then you see you see the entire thing take shape. So it's like you solve that problem of rich people, right? Especially the mega rich, but rich people. And it's like, so you want to redistribute wealth? And it's like, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why that is so offensive to people. It's like, oh, that's communism. Well, communism. I mean, no, it isn't. Americans are just so generationally frightened of communism because the Soviets were communist. They were the USSR, the United. I don't know how it goes. United Sovereign Soviet Republic or the United Soviet Sovereign Republic, whatever it was. And they were communists. And the Chinese are the Chinese Communist Party. And they are communists. But in my mental organization of it, it's like a Venn diagram kind of usage or something like that. Socialism is the broad kind of family term for it, and the Russian communism and Chinese communism is not. It's like their branch, their leaves on the branch of the socialism, and there's a tree of governments, and say this is the branch of, my finger is the branch of socialism, and then there would be leaves, and one leaf would be communism, Russian communism, and another leaf would be Chinese communism. So, think of it like that. And the tree of governments branch being socialism, and each leaf would be Russian communism, Chinese communism, and all the other communisms that have varying degrees of success or failure based on their not so great organizational structures and economic structures and all that stuff, and raw size of the country, because the majority of the world is based on a semi-capitalistic structure. So I know I'm tangenting it into another video, into an entirely different topic, which sucks because I don't have editing tools to split it up. But you're just gonna have to deal with that. I know youngsters are impatient, but there you go. Learn the differences. Tax rich people and me eyes squinty. Let's see if Stephen Colbert ends up canceled or not, right? All right. Boobs. Two big, gigantic, bouncing boobs